What's up, people?
Sorry, answering Slack notifications right before the show.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, I think we are just about ready to go. Everybody feeling good? Everybody ready to do this?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start rolling on my end. Let me know when you're rolling and you're recording. And
Test. Just listen to that.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, I got audio. Everybody
I
else
have
rolling?
audio as well. Yep.
Are y'all rolling your recording? You good?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay,
I get
cool.
down.
All right.
Ooh, already got a bunch of people in the chat. That's good.
We're gonna do a sync clap, which will be 1 2 3 clap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1 2 3. Cool.
I love that both of y'all clap.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all's is in sync. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Ape Town Shotgun. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. I think we're ready to go. You good, Matt?
Yeah.
All right.
Just getting all my stuff organized and such.
Cool. All right. Here we go. What's up, and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, joining us today from Idea and Maker, Johana and Maxim Kroft.
Hello.
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think of the show. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, grievances, show topic ideas, and artist suggestions. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the things. Noob or expert, send us a little email. Ask us a question. We did get an email from Ryan Messiah who said, I wanted to share with you my fan-made main titles project for the TV series Lost. I spent 4 years working on it on and off, and I really brought it to fruition, working on it every day during quarantine of 2020. Tools used for this project
I didn't see
consist
this
of
email.
Cinema 4D, Redshift, and Substance Painter. He may have sent it direct to me because we had talked in the past over emails.
Yeah.
So
I want to see it.
that will be in the show notes, so you can check it out.
Yeah, me too.
And it's really cool because, Lost didn't really have a title sequence.
No,
You know?
I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams did it himself.
He did.
In cinema
Yeah,
or something.
He did. And
The thing
had
that
terrible banding
it
in it.
irritates me to no end that the introduction to Lost, the edges are actually broken.
Yeah.
And so as it's getting bigger, you can see the broken edges and stuff and the gaps in between. And I'm
It's
like,
got
oh, come
a
on.
bunch of fake
Come on,
depth of field
JJ.
in it.
You're better than that.
Yeah. I think they needed to
So.
definitely come up with something. That's why Ryan redid these.
There you go.
The intro.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah. So check that out. And wanted to say that speaking of tutorials, we will be having a new tutorial this week. Finally.
Oh, yeah?
Finally.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
David
Yeah.
Ariev. David
Yeah.
Ariev tutorial coming
Mr.
out
David
on the
Ariev.
site. Yeah.
Fun.
We're back from spring break, so we're catching up just a little bit. I did finish my marathon.
Congrats.
The other day. Thank you very much. If you'll notice on screen, I have a white strip across my nose because I had my nose strip on, the breathe strip. And I did not realize, as we had a snowstorm 4 weeks ago, did not think about the fact that maybe I needed a little sunscreen. And so I am incredibly, incredibly red. I don't know if you can see, burned all over myself because I was running for like 6 hours. So
Yeah.
Wow.
finally finished though. I'm really sore, like really sore. I can't
Yeah.
believe how many muscles that
Do you know
aren't
how
in my
you
legs
keep
hurt.
yourself from being sore while running?
How's that?
Don't run.
Well,
That's
then
my
you're not
secret.
doing that while running though. Yeah, man. I think I might actually get a tattoo. I might get a
Oh, yeah.
marathon tattoo because it's
You gonna be one of
pretty
those
big.
people now
Pretty
that
big.
just rubs it in the rest of our faces because
Well,
they ran a marathon?
I mean, I should at least get the sticker for the back of the truck,
This-
right? The 26.2 sticker.
I saw a really good sticker once that said 26.2, and then you look underneath and it says Oreos in one sitting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like getting a tattoo is like reasonable.
You're kind of compressed, Dave, on ours. I don't know if that matters.
What?
Like
What do you
like
mean
you
compressed?
come in and out your audio.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the stupid Skype has this its own noise cancellation now. And I think that's what it is. Yeah. So if it keeps doing it, just let me know, or I can switch mics.
Yeah, it's just been doing it the whole time.
Really? All right. Well, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna switch to that mic. Does that sound better now? Should sound better because that's direct. So.
Yes, that is better.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
Also, we're working on those Houdini updates for 18.5. It's just a lot. We got an editor working on it right now, and it is just a massive amount of changes on that. So hold tight, and if you're thinking about holding out to buy until those changes are out, don't worry, because you will get the updated version of that. So you can buy now. It's fine. And,
yeah, just buy now.
That's about it for the week wrap up. So I figured real quick before we get into it, we'll switch to some Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
And we'll talk about render engines here for a second. So y'all tell us, what render engine do you use, first of all, I guess?
Redshift.
Redshift, yeah.
Yeah.
And have you tried other engines? Is this something what you jumped into right away going GPU, or did you experiment a little bit at first?
Yeah, I think I started with physical render.
Yeah, same. Physical render.
And then like
Octane.
I've learned that you have no, just physical, like standard render in Cinema 4D.
So
and then I've learned like if you have GPU, you can see like the preview of the picture, which was like, wow.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need like the GPU, right? So I needed to get better.
So you know the
PC.
pain of physical render and waiting for 5 minutes to see one change. Yeah.
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 But
5
sometimes
minutes.
it's faster.
Sometimes
You wanna
more,
do just
yeah.
like by frame or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some effects are really cool, like in the physical render.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
That's good to know.
we've gone back and forth a lot. I've kind of been an Octane person the whole time. You know, Matt likes to try different engines, so he's tried just about everything you can think of, I'm sure, at this point. And
Yeah.
we've been doing a lot of stuff in Octane lately, though, and I really got to say, like, I really like the stability of what did we upgrade to? It's
2020.1.2, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, their naming conventions aren't great. I
yeah.
think they're up to 2020.1.2.R2 or something like that now. I'm just like, oh man. I ran into some issues with Octane this past few days. Like I had something where I was using just a plane effector on a cloner, and then in the fields I had a linear field and a delay, and if I rendered it out standard render, it rendered fine. They'd come in and they'd just like slow down. But if I rendered it in Octane, they'd come in, they'd slow down, and then they'd go whoosh, For those who are listening, that was whoosh,
Yeah.
But it's like, and I couldn't figure out why. I didn't know what was going on, so I had to. I spent. Here's the stupid thing, and this goes back to something we've said in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 2 to 3 hours trying to figure out why this was happening. And then I finally said, screw it. And I spent 10 minutes and I just did it myself, hand animated the entire thing. It's like, I could have just spent the 10 minutes, at the very beginning and just did it instead of spending the 3 hours trying to keep it procedurally,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
fine.
it's felt really fast to me lately. I like the new one, but I like what they're talking about for what's moving forward in the future. And even Jules has put out a little poll, I guess, on Facebook. He was asking, like, what does everybody want to see next? That's the big question, right? Like, what would be your number one feature that you would like in the next version? Now, Brigade would be my number one, and of course,
Brigade's number one for me too.
Yeah. Have you heard about Brigade?
Y'all know Brigade?
No,
The,
how about Redshift RT? Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
sure.
Mm-mm.
So,
So
the Redshift RT and the Octane Brigade are both the
Uh-huh.
real-time renderers
Okay.
for those specific render engines. It's
Yeah.
very, very exciting times. I feel like Brigade, once Brigade gets released, that's going to be the new hotness. Right now, NFTs are the new hotness. Brigade's going to get released, and everyone's
Yeah.
going to be talking about Brigade.
Yeah.
Like it was with Unreal. Unreal was the new hotness, and then NFTs. Now it's going to be Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being able to see, whether it's Redshift RT or it's Octane Brigade, you're going to be able to see what you're working on so quick and really be able to just art direct and not have to worry. And maybe you flip it back into standard GPU render of choice at the point of render, but at least when you're working, it's going to be this whole new feeling. I feel like kind of like, when going from CPU to GPU, when it's just full real time, man, that's gonna be so good.
Wow.
It's gonna be good.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. And
Another thing, I don't know if you've got it on your list, but the
Probably not.
Amit has been working with the API for X particles for Octane, which he's been sharing some stuff in our Slack, and he's getting all sorts of X particles features working in Octane, which is way cool. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Because Redshift has had a lot of this stuff already, and so it's just nice that we won't have to do workarounds in order to work with some of the particles and trails and stuff like that. It's neat.
Yeah.
Finally.
So let's go to our main topic today, which is the two of you. And you've been on the Maxon show before, on the Maxon 3D motion show. I wanted to say tour, but show is the road show, which we don't have back yet, unfortunately. Someday. So you were on. You were talking about some of the things you've been working on, but let's start from the beginning and let's go all the way back in the Wayback Machine, and let's talk about where the two of you are from, how you met, and how you got into what you're doing now.
All right.
Yeah,
So where should we start?
I'm from Czech Republic, from Pilsen. It's like a city of beer. It's very
nice.
City of very good beer. And and Maxim is originally from Russia.
Yeah, I was born in Russia, in Yershov, which is like in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere, yeah. It's like nothing around.
And we've moved with my family to Czech Republic, first to Brno, then to Prague. And in Prague, we've met each other.
On one party.
On a party, yeah.
Yeah.
Were y'all both in the industry before y'all met, or did you kind of get into it together?
We were in our studies basically. I was studying economy and business, and Johana was studying. I
just finished the multimedia design on the university. So cool. I studied design, video, installation, but very artistic things. It was great. And then I started to work at agency as a junior designer, which was at the time very exciting for me. I started with a Photoshop, and it was great times.
Yeah, and you were in the magazine before as well.
Yeah, in the magazine as well, and I just I did some freelance gigs basically.
Yeah, and I was finishing my studies and I was looking for a job, so I was doing some I don't even know I was selling Ray-Ban glasses.
So that's interesting that one of you was in the industry and one wasn't, Yeah. We kind of talked to a lot of people where they either came from a similar background or maybe graphic design or somewhere or nothing at all. It's interesting that the two of you both had a kind of a separate background on that. So how did the two of you end up starting a company together?
Yeah.
So I worked in a at the agency, and I basically hired as an art director, and I basically hired Maxim as a freelancer.
As a web designer.
As a web designer.
And it was a web designer, and then 3D designer.
Then 3D, yeah.
3D, yeah.
We had our own like paths, but we were always like meeting together on these jobs, like when Johana need some someone
some animator. I was desperate, I was like, please, I need someone, can you do it for me? So yeah, it was like start of our collaboration, I think.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Did you have any background in web at that point? What was your background in web at that point? Like, were you already doing some graphics, or did you just kind of jump right in there?
I just knew Photoshop basically. So
Did Johana have to teach you like all this stuff in order to?
No.
Actually, he taught me like a lot. He was like, you should do this and this. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was really good in Photoshop because I just like it, and I went through like some tutorials online, and I just learned everything by myself, like while I was playing World of Warcraft, basically.
So were you doing programming stuff too on the web? Because I personally can't. Doing anything code related just makes my head explode. But
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I had a friend, he was doing like programming, and I was doing like graphics. We worked in like Dreamweaver. Back in the days.
So the two of you were doing that, and then you made a move over from web to, what did you do after that?
How did you get into the 3D realm?
Yeah.
So after web, I went to this company, and they were doing like UI and UX design. So I was doing like some social content there, and I was working in Illustrator. And I saw a guy doing something in Maya basically, and I was like, what the fuck is that? He was doing some particles. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. And he told me like, you need to learn like Cinema 4D if you want to do this. So I was like, oh, okay. So I started Cinema and After Effects at the time.
And so what did you do? Did you do tutorials for that as well? Or were you doing like Grayscale Gorilla or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did Grayscale Gorilla, and then I did a course from David Brodel. He has an animation course. Yeah. So I've learned animating from him. And yeah, just like trial and error and just exploring and learning more and more.
Yeah. And but at this point you were still working for somebody, right? You were working for a different company. So did you stop and go off on your own, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
we just like I think we were on like holiday, and I was like, I don't know, I just don't want to work at the agency forever, and let's saw some like people, or like let's do something like other people what we saw, basically do freelance, work online, travel and do everything like what we like dream of.
Yeah,
but it was a long way. It was like, I don't know how many years ago, but yeah, it's like, it's worth it if you want something.
Yeah, we also wanted to move to a different city because like we did everything that we could in Prague, I think, and we wanted to see more, meet new people.
Yeah,
and our dream was like to go to Amsterdam first.
So where did you go from there? You said Prague, right?
Yeah, we decided to move to London because everyone like talk about like London, how amazing is it, and how like how the great community is there. So we were like, okay, let's move there and let's see. And it was like very crazy. I don't know, like at the time.
Yeah,
like
we did it like in a month, I think. We basically went to this festival of London. And when we came back, I think at that time we also like signed a lease already.
Yeah, we were like crazy.
And we were like came back to Prague, pack our stuff, and in 2 weeks we were back in London living there.
Yeah, and everyone like, wow, like, do you have a job? And I was like, no, but I find something. So yeah, it was like at the time, I think it was really like spontaneous and crazy and
yeah, but it's worth it. Like we're young.
Yeah,
we're still young.
It's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we packed all like computers, dog, and other stuff, and we came there like, yay, we are here.
And how long were you there for at that point?
2 years.
3 years. Wow. Cool.
Yeah, we left like last year, right?
2019.
2009. Yeah, and we decided to travel. So we lived in France for a while, in Spain, then in New York, then in Vancouver, then in Los Angeles, and then a
little bit in Miami.
Wow, that's a lot of places in such a short amount of time.
How do you determine? How do you determine where the next place is you want to live?
Yeah,
like I mean, first off, the freelancing, owning your own business, working remotely, that's the best thing in the world. The fact that you can in this industry move all over the country, all over the world, and still keep the same clients and do the same type of work and stuff like that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But how do you decide, like, okay, this next move we're going to Vancouver, this next one we're going to LA,
Yeah, I think we met like people in London from Canada or US or from different countries, from LA as well, and we were like, yeah, let's like travel for a little bit and see what's going on there. And
yeah, there also we go to places where we think there's like some motion community as well.
Yeah.
So we try to orient by that, just like to meet people, but because COVID happened,
it was really
we didn't meet much people.
But we still like collaborated online, or we like met like social distance. And it was like it was great.
Yeah, it was also like a little bit research for us, like where
we want to live,
move for like permanent.
Yeah. And where are you right now at this point?
Y'all are in Czech Republic, right?
Yeah, we are in Prague.
We are back in Prague.
And we working. Yeah, we're working on the visa to go back to the US.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we are in the process right now.
Are you going to go back to LA or New York City?
Probably New York. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not Miami. Stay away from Miami.
Yeah, I was curious where you staying during quarantine. Did you come back because of quarantine, or were you already back?
It was one of the reasons, because of quarantine and because we had our family here and we haven't seen our family for more than a year, so it makes sense to come here. We wanted to go to London, but it was quite difficult to get there
because of Brexit.
Because of Brexit happening.
I can imagine.
And we also traveled with our dog like the whole time.
Oh my god, that was the most difficult thing in the world.
Yeah, because I know some places like, for example, if you move to Hawaii, your animals have to be in quarantine for for like a week or a month or something like that before they're cleared to move in, which is crazy.
Yeah.
No, that was like fine. From London to New York, we actually went by a boat or like a cruise.
That's ship, awesome.
Cruise ship. Yeah. That was really something. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
How long was that trip?
7 days.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's actually not that bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like, we were super surprised. You have no internet connection there, so you need to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. What's the weather like on that particular route?
It depends like what time of the year you go.
Yeah, you can go during the Christmas time or
so you can swim
summer
in the pools outside, which is like really nice.
Yeah.
Right, it was like just us and like old people.
So was it a Holland
But
America
it was
cruise?
great.
Because that's what it's. Holland
But it was
America
great.
seems like it's the one with all the old people on it. Yeah, because I've been on
It
a.
was Queen Mary, yeah.
What was it?
Queen Mary.
Oh,
The
okay.
Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the cruise ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
The most famous one. It was like Titanic.
Yeah.
It was the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same company.
No jet lag though. That's what Sarah says. in
Yeah,
the chat
right?
here. Yeah.
No,
That's
no.
nice.
Yeah, it was great. And then you like in the morning we saw like New York and the lights. You're like,
yeah.
oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and it was great for the dog as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could visit her every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
no icebergs.
Yeah, no icebergs. Yeah, you're running around the world basically, going city to city, and in that time somehow you're managing to do projects, right? So what kind of projects were you working on during all of that time?
Yeah, so the latest one, which was great success, we have this series with dogs, which is like this character. And we had some exhibition in China, basically, in this like huge mall.
Yeah, they did like 2 exhibitions. It's like today was the second one, and they did like huge sculptures of the character what we are creating. So like that was like the most success for us, I think.
Yeah, and it's like huge. It's big as a mall, basically.
Yeah, it's like mall. It's like full of dogs and
Sense
other
art,
components.
is that what it is? Dave, I just sent it to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Sense Art. I think I had the right one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on their page.
That's not the full.
Yeah.
That's not the full. That's weird. That's not the full URL. I don't know.
Oh, it's
okay,
not?
here I got it. We're good.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's on our website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
So this is Sense Art. Okay. Shopping mall lighting ceremony installation art project. Yeah. So tell us about this.
It's like so beautiful. I just like love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like asked basically for the characters and some other components from illustration what we made in the past, and they just like put everything together, and I think they did like amazing job.
Yeah,
it's
they recreated basically the sculpture based on like 3D.
I was gonna say, did you give them like 3D models and stuff, and then they just basically recreated it? Wow, that's incredible.
I like they even did neon and everything, like neon tubing.
Yeah.
So that was like, it's amazing. I just like.
Have you seen it in person?
I'm surprised how beautiful is it. No, we can't travel.
That's a
right
shame.
now. So that's really a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, I hope so, because it's wonderful. Yeah, and they ask like for another exhibition with those characters. So
we're gonna show another one soon.
Yeah,
like
that's awesome.
Floating balloons.
That's I think that's the main goal what we ever had. To create something like real, like sculpture or something like that, and so we are super happy about it.
Yeah.
Is that based on something that you've already done, or is it that will you be creating it from scratch this time? Like, or not scratch, but you know what I'm saying.
Still the same.
It's still the same.
We created this character 2018, I think.
Yeah.
And just doing like some new things, new animations with it, and like.
No, I was like on Pictoplasma.
Yeah.
And I was inspired, like, by the character design and character animation. I was like, wow, I would love to do something like that. So I thought I worked like at the time in a 2D as well, and I had some 2D illustration of the dog, and I was like, hey, let's try it in 3D. And I asked Maxim for help, and he explained me how to do like the model based on the 2D illustration, and then we did like this beautiful render of the dog, and since then we just like creating stories. And it started just like personal project, but right now I've got like more clients. They are asking like if they like can collaborate with us on the dog series. Like last time was Adobe. And so yeah, I'm just like surprised how people like it, and that's like for me like the most success, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one.
That's the one. Spiritual dog.
Spiritual animal.
Yeah. Spiritual animal.
And you got a breakdown and everything on your site too here. Some inspiration.
So this one was for Adobe Arial. They did an update of the application. So it's now on desktop, which was before just on your phone.
Okay.
And they did some like updates. You can animate some objects in there. You can add sounds. You can like tap on object.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's gonna make a sound.
Yeah. So you can prepare everything in the Cinema 4D. That's what we are doing, and then just like make your own AR experience. So, and it's like it's awesome. You can bake the animation and put in there into Arrow and just like do whatever you want, and it's looking really cool.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. The only thing is you can't use the redshift render.
Yeah.
You have to use standard one, physical. So that's why I started do like texture in the physical, and it was fun. It was great.
Yeah, I can't wait till they get that worked out. See, that's why I'm hoping like Brigade comes to all these other platforms. So like, you can design in Octane and then just export Brigade.
Yeah, the AR is getting like better and better as well.
Yeah.
Like now some application you can't even tell. It's like, it's got all the reflections in and
all
and I think
it's not just
the tracking is just getting so good too.
Yeah. I love y'all's use of color.
Yeah.
The colors are so pretty. I'm looking at the life of Doggo, and just going through all the different images and stuff. It's really, really pretty.
Oh yeah, the life of Doggo too. Yeah.
How I was gonna ask this. How do is it difficult? I know, because we're lucky, we're freelancers, we own our own companies, we're able to travel. Is it difficult dealing with different time zones? Does it become difficult when you're dealing with different time zones and different clients and stuff like that? I mean, do y'all ever sleep?
I think not for us, right? I don't know. We never had any problem. Even like with the freelancers.
I think you need to be aware of it. Like if you just like if you're not prepared that you need to deliver something in some time.
Yeah, great.
Or
project
you
management.
need to be ready to stay like later because like there's delivery date
or be awake like in the morning.
Yeah.
To deliver something.
Or being on a call early in the morning. I don't know. Like I don't think that's a big issue or problem.
Yeah.
It's just like people need to manage it.
Yeah.
And I heard y'all talking briefly before the show. I had stepped away for a second. How is your internet? Are you having connectivity issues right now, or?
Yeah, sorry, sometimes because we are basically living in a village right now. It's really hard to have like good internet connection, and the company is not helping us.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like it's not that good connection in Prague. I don't know why.
So I can imagine that can be difficult when it comes to clients delivering,
oh my god,
video and things, right? Yeah.
That's the most like important thing, and like when we call the company here, they are like, "Yay, sorry, but like that's normal. Welcome to Czech Republic, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, so you just have to get it done early, I guess, and
Right.
and just get it uploading ahead of time. Yeah, Brett in the chat says Starlink. Hopefully, you know.
Yeah, you also check out Starlink. It's the Elon Musk. It's like the satellite internet. I've seen good things. It's like,
is it working
75?
already?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like 75 megabit up and down. Just crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
I
expensive?
hear you.
Yeah. We need to wait.
I don't know. I think it's only like $120 a month or something like that. $100 a month. I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's a steal.
That is a steal, especially for that internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can travel anywhere with it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
really nice design as well. It's like just slick.
Are you staying there for a while, like while things are kind of getting quote unquote back to normal with the pandemic and things? When do you plan on heading out and going to another, maybe back to New York? Or
it's like about the visa right now. It's very long and painful process.
Yeah.
It's like it's a 1-year process, and we are like putting everything together. And I just like, it's important to be like organized, and I have like feeling that I wasn't that organized in the past, so I lost like lots of contracts, and so right now we just like have to everything like put together.
Yeah, the issue is like, if you're a freelancer, then you're just like a freelancer, even if you do the whole thing like by yourself. You don't have the evidence that you were like any important.
So my advice is like, do like the contracts properly, read them, and do the like name them, like exactly what are you doing there, because it's like super important in the future. If you want to do something like this, you have to prove that you worked on it.
In America.
Especially in America, yeah. And I have a feeling that like it's a little bit different in Europe and in London. Like the contracts, it's not saying basically what
it's
needs
not
to
that
be
like
said.
strict. It's not like that. It's a little bit like punk rock, basically.
Yeah, sometimes.
Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Yeah, especially when you are a freelancer, they just like hire you and through the recruitment agency.
Yeah.
And you have like nothing in your hands, just like working files.
Or time
just
sheets.
mean like nothing. And the end of the day, if you don't have credit somewhere, it's like you didn't work on it. So that was the main issue.
Yeah.
But like we are putting everything together, and I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're working for years, so hopefully we are gonna finish like anytime soon.
Yeah.
Are there other designers near you where you can at least maybe meet up when things are getting back to normal around you? Like, is there any community nearby? I know you're kind of remote, you said, but is anybody else in quarantine doing design work around you?
I think right now there's like very strict rules. We can go even outside. So we are just like, we didn't see anyone.
For such a long time.
Yeah, such a long time. We are just at home. I actually didn't see my father, even like my grandparents yet, because it's like it's getting worse here with the COVID.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's not good at all. So we are just at home.
Is there any vaccine distribution or anything over there?
Yeah, it's very slow. Yeah.
There's like issue that the government didn't buy some vaccines on time.
Yeah.
Or something. So we don't know actually. I don't know what's happening. I just know that it's not getting any better. It just scares me. Yeah. And
I'm surprised.
Yeah, so
I thought that America was the furthest behind, but
we've actually, I guess we're lucky because we've had like 70% of my immediate family. We've all been vaccinated with at least the first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See, I got lucky. I got lucky because Well, first of all, we live in Texas, and Texas is, you know, it has a big population. So, you know, as far as vaccine distribution and stuff like that, we're getting a lot of it in comparison to some of the smaller states. And my wife knows someone who works at one of the vaccine distribution sites where, you know, they're actually giving people the shot, and they put me on a list of if because they're gonna either distribute it or they're going to throw it away, you know? And so I got on a list of, hey, if you're going to throw it away, call me up. I'll be there in 15 minutes, you know? And so someone called me up last week and they're like, hey, we've got one. Come and get it. I was like, all right. God. I was in my car immediately. And luckily I was able to get it.
Yeah. That becomes a dilemma.
That's awesome.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like they finally get them and then, you know, all this waste happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So as far as your country goes, is like, how is the access to getting an education in motion graphics?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there was none until recent 3 years. I think there was like a first motion design course, or how you call it, like a program, 2018 maybe, 2017.
So a lot of the motion design stuff y'all have been learning has all been online, I'm assuming?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The only thing that has like history here is like broadcast and like TV. So that's the only education that was like that you could learn some motion design.
Yeah, and I think everyone left to London from here.
Yeah.
Because we met like lots of Czech people in the London. There is like actually really strong Czech community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's funny.
Yeah, but still there are some Czech people still here doing motion design
as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of people went to London because of work in motion design and 3D.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, like, what would your advice be to anybody there who's looking to get into motion graphics? But it sounds like step one is move to London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that at least kind of not easy per se, but is it how difficult is it to do that? You know, I can imagine, like, even in the United States, there are cities where a lot of times, like, if you want to get into design, it's like, oh, you need to go to this city, you know, oh, you need to go to Chicago and go to the Art Institute or whatever it is, right? Is that kind of is there a general consensus, like, if you're living there, like, you know, is London the place to go? Is there a certain place that people talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it changed a lot. First of all, like Brexit happened, and it's really hard now to get to UK because now you need a visa.
Right.
Before you didn't need it, you just go there and
it's not that easy.
No, it's not that easy. But as well, like I think in German, there's like some
Barcelona as well.
Cities. There's Barcelona as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like crazy talented people.
So before, like London,
was
it
the
was the place like to go for motion design. Like right now, I'm not sure, like because a lot of people also moved from London because of COVID and Brexit. So there people spread out all over Europe,
and everyone
started
as well. Working remotely.
Everyone started working remotely as well. So
yeah, because before COVID, you got a gig and you need to go to the studio and freelance on their machine and do the job there.
Yeah.
There was like nothing remotely.
Right? Yeah, like
no.
people.
Yeah,
in London, they didn't want to work remotely with anyone, but that changed as well. Now they hire remotely as well.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the companies are going to stay that way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
now that they've worked out all the kinks and stuff, I think it's gonna. I think the remote stuff is here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like it's gonna be different in the future. Like London, it's gonna be different, and there will be new community, new people, new talents. So I still feel it's like this, like there is the business, there is like everything, there are the agencies, and they are still want to collaborate with people based in London. So I feel it's gonna be different, but it's gonna be still like very strong.
Yeah.
And to go there, it's I think it's great choice. After COVID, of course. Maybe now, I don't know.
But you didn't need the visa before because of Brexit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
right now, I don't know.
Can you still go anywhere in Europe except London?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can go to Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin is really, really nice city as well to live. I'm not sure about the motion design.
I don't know as well.
But like, I think illustrators and 2D animators have like doors open there. Or I have a feeling there's like lots of like 2D illustrators, and they are really like talented. And I think lots of people also from Czech going there. Or like for the music or something.
Yeah, definitely. I would recommend to go probably.
Berlin or Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Yeah, there are lots of great cities.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Amsterdam too. So did you end up going there or staying there for a little while or not yet?
No, actually never.
No. Before we went there like 4 times.
Yeah.
We were going there all the time. Like, that's a city.
Yeah, you're
but
like.
Then we moved to London and we haven't really taught Amsterdam since.
I was like, I forgot about Amsterdam.
It's changed though from what I heard. I was there back in the day, and I know that they've cracked down a lot, like in the red light district and all of that stuff. You know, people getting all the recreational drugs and all the things down there.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went?
3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
2015
I don't know.
maybe. It was a long time.
Oh, a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was like 05 last time I was there, and I heard that it's a lot tamer than it used to be. But I don't know.
I've never been. The furthest I've gotten to Europe is Iceland.
Yeah.
And I stopped there.
Oh, nice.
It's a great
beautiful
place. Yeah.
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 What are you doing in the future? You also have a lot of character work, I've noticed, on your site, and you've done a couple different things where you've even animated yourselves. Are you doing more character work? What do you feel like you're moving into as far as your direction?
So we are doing this hand series right now. So experimenting like with hand tracking and trying to push the workflow like to better visual outputs and better animation.
Under render as well.
Yeah, but I think like we want to perform to animate basically. So trying like to have this like motion suit, you're doing like some movements rather than like doing anything by hand, by keyframes.
Yeah.
Like character animation.
What are you using for that? What kind of equipment?
Just for motion tracking, leap motion.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have one of those somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I got one of the original ones. I don't know if it changed, but yeah. And so that tracks fingers and hands. And how do you get that information though into Cinema 4D? Because when it came out originally, you couldn't link the two together. What's changed now?
Yeah, it's not easy workflow basically. So there's like this Animate 2 software that reads the motion data, and they've got plugin for like Cinema 4D.
Oh, okay.
But cool. They stop at some version, so you need to find the right version of Leap Motion. You need to find the right version of Animate 2, and it doesn't work with newest Cinema 4D, so you need to get some older version of
it's
Cinema.
Not easy at all.
Yeah, and I always need to do it a few times to figure out.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something really great that Maxon can do as a whole, is bringing in a lot of that stuff, finding ways to easily bring that stuff in. The problem is that there are so many different devices and things, and but with the suits like Rococo, with anything like Z-Depth, anything that does tracking, it seems like it would be nice to have that, and even MIDI, because I know there's like programs here and there that do it, but like I just have this like idea that I'm sure a lot of people have had, which is, make some music and then bring the MIDI in or whatever it is, like things that would make stuff like that easier.
Like some sort of MIDI effector, similar to the sound effector, but it reads MIDI.
Oh, can you imagine? You could bring in
That'd
all the
be
channels
so cool.
and tracks and
yeah.
But that's usually what happens is just like you said, for like anything like that or hand tracking or whatever it is, there's always kind of like a shortcut, or you got to get a little bit of code and then use an old version, and it's like there's so many steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know what the solution is for that, but anything that would make our life easier. Maybe they're listening.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Scott says Soft Image has that.
I've never messed around with Soft Image.
Is it still
around? I don't know.
Still being produced?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm genuinely asking that. I'm not, But
my brother has been learning 3D.
Yeah.
And he's taking like a Vectorworks or some sort of class, right?
Vectorworks.
And he's actually taking I don't know what it is. It's some 3D class. But he's actually SolidWorks, sorry. He's
SolidWorks.
He's sitting watching a professor live with a whole classroom full of people versus just buying a class online and going through it at his own pace. So he's having to deal with like all the random dumb questions of, I can't see this on my C drive and stuff like that. And it's like, oh boy. I told him, I said, I don't feel sorry for him, because that's it's like just buy a course off of Udemy or something like that if you want to learn it.
And use Cinema 4D. Good Lord.
Right.
Oh my God, bless him.
I could not imagine actually sitting through a class with people, especially, not being able to go at my own pace.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool that you've figured out the secret sauce in getting the getting the hand tracking working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'd love to try the Rococo hand.
Yeah, we want to buy it as soon as possible.
Invest in that.
Yeah.
I want one as well.
How much is it?
I don't know. I think it's like $1,000 or something. Or is it?
It's 1,000.
Yeah, it's 1,000.
That's
Yeah.
not too bad for what it is.
See, Dave, we should just buy one. Come on.
I mean,
yeah. If you're going to use it for especially if you're going to use it for a production, $1,000 expense doesn't seem too bad at all.
Right.
yeah.
It's just then you have to figure out how to use it. That's the next, I imagine getting raw data out of it, you probably have to do a lot of like corrections and smoothing, and it just becomes an art in itself, I'm sure, so
yeah,
Richard,
you never know.
Richard in the chat, Matt's brother can't watch at 2.5 times speed either. That's the on there. Let's go to some links real quick, because I also want to talk to the two of you about some of your favorite things as well. So we'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to mention that Tokyo Megs is famous now.
No, he doesn't have a Grammy.
What?
That was a joke.
What are you talking about?
Oh, what are you saying?
I have no
idea.
Are you?
I didn't know. I thought you were referencing his Grammy tweet from the other day.
No,
because a lot of people thought he was serious.
What did he say?
He said something like, "Oh, I had no idea. I actually won a Grammy."
No,
but no. Okay, sorry, it's something else.
He was in a short on Adult Swim.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made his acting debut.
Yeah.
On Adult Swim. Yeah.
on Cartoon Network. So this is a little short called Small Talk. I'm assuming he did the actual animation in it too.
Yeah, I believe
because it looks like
I think
his
it was
style.
done Houdini or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very his style. I want to say maybe I saw something along the lines of he did some of the sculpting in VR. I could be wrong though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the link is there. You can check it out. This is one of those things like Adult Swim puts out these shorts, and I don't even know if they are on TV, but if they are, it's probably like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
When
after you get back from the bar.
After you get back from the bar, usually a lot of people are probably high when they're watching this.
Right.
It's 3 or 4 in the morning, and then something weird comes on TV, and people are just talking, and all of a sudden their heads change into like weird characters, and you're like, wait a minute, what did I smell? That's I think that's the general, like, what they're going for there. And then of course I told you about the Lost titles from Ryan. I'll make sure I put that in the notes as well. You can check that out. And then I have not had a chance to check this out, but we were talking on the Get NFT Discord, which is currently not open. Hopefully it'll be open later. They're trying to just get everything handled there. But there were, gosh, I don't know, 25 people on the other night or something crazy, and we're chatting about the fact that Windows does not have a good search system.
It doesn't. No, it's awful.
And are you on PC or are you on Mac?
PC. Yeah.
So it never fails. You want to search for a file. You type something in down in the search bar, and you just get like links to like websites or something. It doesn't find anything you want. Even if you type in the file system itself, it feels like even if it does find it, it's like it searches for it for like 5 minutes before it comes up.
Yeah.
So I told them, I'm like, I have resorted to, since we work off of Dropbox, I just open Dropbox and I search Dropbox for the thing that I need to find on my hard drive locally.
Right.
Because it finds it faster.
It's smart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is there a solution for this? And I have not had a chance to try this, but a couple people recommended this tool, and it's called, it's by Void Tools, and it's called, I think it's just called Everything. Yeah, it's called Everything. Locate files and folders by name instantly. So it's this like instant search. So voidtools.com. And it looks like a very minimal, basic, light interface here, and it's supposed to be just fantastic. So,
and it looks free too.
And
I'm all about
free.
that.
It is
free. Oh, nice.
So that'll be the recommendation there. So you can check that out. And then, lastly, I guess Photoshop is coming out with like super resolution upscaling tools.
Cool.
And there's an article, and of course it has, the link bait title on it, which is Adobe's Photoshop super resolution made my jaw hit the floor. You won't believe what happens next.
You won't believe what happens next.
Anyway, I checked it out. I looked at the article and was doing the comparisons, and really it's about the same comparison, the same results even that you see when you're looking at what is it? The Topaz. What is it? The upscale AI.
The upscaler,
yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Like some stuff looks better, some stuff doesn't look better. Some of these things they show and they're like, oh my gosh, look how amazing it is. It's the best thing in the world. It's a miracle. And then you look at it and you're like, it looks a little better.
Yeah.
It's not the miracle that everyone says it is. They make it sound like
jaw hitting the floor.
Yeah. Like you can take a little, 200 by 200 something and blow it up to 8K.
Right.
But it's there. They're trying to implement upscaling tools into Adobe products as well.
Oh, okay. Good. So this is actually upscaling your images in Photoshop.
Yes.
Versus, okay, so they're probably using some sort of AI stuff. Man, I've seen a lot of new and interesting, like they got de-aging stuff in there now in Photoshop. Like it's amazing how much Photoshop has done in the past few years that I had no idea about because I don't use it every single day. You know, it's only through like following different TikTok artists and stuff like that who actually use Photoshop where I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I didn't know you could do that so easily now.
Yeah, I do the same.
Right?
Or it's
like, okay, now implement that into After Effects. Oh, it still sucks.
Yeah, it's like they're it's like they're introducing Snapchat filters into Photoshop almost at this point.
Right.
Which
Right.
makes sense. So there's a lot of
Basically,
stuff that
yeah.
they do, like aging and de-aging, and
Mhm.
there is some stuff that would be useful.
Yeah,
So,
totally. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't open like Photoshop, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't have like Cinema 4D.
Yeah, and
After
Photoshop
Effects
at the same
Photoshop
time. It's
at
like
the same time. It's
Yeah.
like, no
I can't
way.
do that
No.
with I can't have Cinema 4D, After Effects, and Skype open at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah.
no.
Like they crash on me. Like I can only have either Skype and Cinema or Skype and After Effects open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Did we
They were
mention
just
the,
laughing. No.
The Adobe or the After Effects new update in the beta with the rendering, the multi-frame rendering?
No, we haven't mentioned that actually. Do you have the
So the
lowdown?
new-
Because I don't.
I
The-
mean,
the LD,
that's about it.
The
So
low down, the down
I've
low,
heard that
the
like you
DL.
can now render multiple frames, you know, using your computer, similar to the way like BG render worked or something like that. It's in the beta. It's not in the actual, you know, the newest version.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly multi-threading, you know, is coming. But I think so. The biggest problem that I've seen is, you know, right now it's in beta, of course, but that's because they don't have a bunch of like plugins, you know, supported yet. Even their own plugins aren't even supported.
Interesting.
Yeah, their own effects and stuff like that.
I
So
wonder
it's
if
like
it still needs 2 or more frames to render.
it probably still needs 2 or more frames to render. Yes.
You think they could fix RAM preview maybe
Right.
in the next one? Maybe we can get that. Maybe get it where the audio actually syncs up and
Right. That'd be
plays
great.
correctly. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it will finish doing the RAM preview and actually play it in real time with
Right.
the audio at the same time
Right.
instead of
Right,
stopping
like
halfway
having
through.
the green bar above that actually says it's all put into RAM, and then playing it back and it doesn't actually play in real time.
Yeah.
like it was put into RAM,
And the
That'd be
audio
good.
says it's not going to play
Right.
until, you know, and not change pitch or whatever until it gets
Yeah.
to the end instead of going
Right.
and just playing nothing. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That see actually
Or hitting the
working-
play button like 6 or 7 times and it just doesn't play. So you have to shut down After Effects and, then open it back up, and then you hit
because
the play
even-
button and then it'll finally
yeah,
play.
because clearing the cache doesn't actually work.
Right.
You
Or
know.
creating a mask and then noticing that you go back a few frames and that mask actually didn't do anything until you clear all the frames. Anyway,
But
sorry.
we're not bitter.
We haven't been using After Effects for 20 years.
The same problems for the last
Yeah.
at least 8 years at this point.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
okay. All right, let's do this. Let's go to Mograph recommends. Let's talk about
I'm still thinking of more. I've
I
got more
know.
in my head.
Oh, I know. There's so many. Oh. But let's go to
man.
Mograph recommends. Let's talk about some of your favorite things.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start out. This will be interesting because I'm interested to hear kind of like what's your individual favorite and then what's
Yeah.
your favorite together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
So we'll start with favorite movie.
You understand?
I would say Alien, I think. Yeah.
Good choice.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Maxim?
would say Stalker.
Stalker?
From this. Yeah, it's from this Russian director.
Okay.
Tarkovsky. Yeah.
I don't
it's
know that
pretty
one.
deep.
Now, do you have a favorite together? Like, do you have one of those shows that you can't watch without each other, or else the other one will get in trouble? Or
Yeah, actually, I like
Yeah.
Survivor.
Survival.
Yeah.
oh, nice.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. I love like watching together like reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So like 90 Days Fiance or something.
Yes.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
straight
our
trash TV,
just-
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and we are like,
Awful,
oh
terrible
my
trash.
god,
It makes you
Yeah.
feel better about your own life by seeing how terrible these
Exactly.
people's
Yeah.
lives are.
Right.
That's like even like during the quarantine, that's the only like way how to survive, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
watched everything already. We saw the whole Netflix and Hulu
Yeah.
2 times already, so there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah.
No, running out of things to
Yeah,
watch
but-
at this point.
Yeah, but Survivor is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
The favorite movie together is Fifth Element, I think.
Yeah. Fifth Element is
Yeah.
the best of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites.
I saw it once. That was enough.
Man, you gotta watch it more than once to really.
All
it's
right.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like The Big Lebowski. You have to watch it multiple times. I feel like
Mhm.
before you really get it. That's the rule.
That's
three.
the rule.
That's the rule. of
Okay, I
Big
didn't
Lebowski.
realize there was a
There's
rule
so
with the
many
Fifth
people. Like
Element.
it's kind of an underground like rule that you have to watch The Big Lebowski 3 times before you like it.
Yeah. I liked it the first time.
Yeah, but you'll really like it after the 3rd time. All right.
Oh, man.
The next one on the list: favorite music.
Like a genre or
Yeah, or
band.
if you have a specific type of music that you like, or a
Yeah.
specific band or anything, really.
I think I like I think I like hip hop, but I don't
Okay.
know. It's like I'm just like
We
like-
listen to a lot of UK rap
UK
music,
rap music. Yeah.
Mhm.
a little bit of US as well.
Yeah. Especially when we were like together in LA, it was like
Yeah,
this radio
yeah,
full
we're
of just
listening.
like
yeah.
rap and hip hop and R&B and
We
it
love
was, like-
Drake,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And what else?
yeah, like yeah, the
Yeah,
UK rap is really good.
Yeah.
I listen to lots of UK music, like more techno or like house, deep house, that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we visit like great parties in London. It was a dubstep.
Yeah, it was Swamp 81.
This guy, it
Label.
was amazing. I don't know what. It was like old school, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Old school
old school dubstep.
dubstep. Okay, dubstep. Old
Yeah.
school dubstep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And what about TV shows? Well, I guess you
Yeah.
you kind of told us already with the TV
Yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah. Is there one that y'all like that you have a favorite that's individually
yeah.
instead of?
I think like the Survivor is like on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we watch everything together.
That's
most of the
good.
time.
That's good.
Yeah.
We watch crime TV as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
crimes and like, you know, some murders.
Uh-huh.
Just everything.
Just everything, yeah, really. There is no choice. Like we are like all the time at home right now, so we are like,
Yeah.
let's watch it, let's see. And
Yeah.
and then we are like, wow, I actually love it. So
Yeah. We love like scams, you know.
yes, scam,
Uh-huh.
like, yeah.
When somebody's scamming someone, we're like, no,
No,
oh my god.
yeah, that's really like it's really bad when you see something like some documentary.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there have been quite a few of those shows, I think, during quarantine that I just probably wouldn't have put on originally, like if I wasn't in quarantine. But it's just kind
Same,
of like
Yeah.
you just put it on and let it play and just see if it's gonna work out or not.
Yeah.
You know, just
Like
because.
Yeah.
like the fire festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire
And then
Festival.
documentary about like this
Uh-huh.
rapper, like surviving J Kelly
Yeah.
and
R.
like
Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Surviving R. Kelly.
Oh yeah, surviving R. Kelly.
And there
Yeah.
was this.
And about the Michael Jackson.
Oh, that Michael Jackson one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And about the Britney right now, like the it was like from the New York Times,
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
not
like
sure
the
what it's
Times?
ABC maybe.
ABC, I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, about the Britney
Yeah.
Spears
But
documentary.
Vice.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
Vice,
right.
Vice
Yeah.
is great. Like
Yeah.
Documents.
I love the fashion week shows. The girl,
yeah.
she went on every fashion week
Yeah, in different countries.
in different countries.
Oh.
That was great. I have no idea.
This was from Vice, but I'm not sure the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that Vice stuff is getting popularity, I noticed, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Weekly. Yeah, the Weekly. That's
from the Times.
From the Times, yeah.
Cool.
Podcasts. Do you listen to podcasts?
Or is it just hip-hop all day, every day?
Exactly.
No, I listened like in the past. I think in the past more, like about like art, motion design, everything really. But right now I'm.
Yeah, the last time I was listening, Tales from the Valley.
Yeah,
I think that was nice.
Tomorrow.
Tales from the Valley. It was like some.
Tales from the Vault. Is that what it is?
Valley, like Silicon Valley.
Oh, Tales from the Valley. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That was
cool.
Nice, yeah. And
yeah, I'm listening like from like Vogue, from some fashion magazines, and mostly fashion news and fashion weeks, and some online magazines like a Creative Boom. They've got like from like different artist interviews as well. So yeah. But yeah, hip hop all day.
Hip hop all day.
Now, with GPU render engines aside, what would be your favorite plugin?
Yeah.
We don't use much plugins, I think.
Good.
I never used plugin. Like I have nothing to say because I don't know.
Like Xparticles, I think. That's the one.
Yeah, no, I don't use Xparticles. Nothing.
Well, that's actually really good because, you know, you're doing it all by hand, and you know, you don't need.
I'm using like basic tools, so I don't think I need anything, you know.
Yeah. See, is there anything in other non C4D programs like Photoshop or After Effects, a plugin that you use more than anything? Because I know in cinema I don't use a lot. Xparticles is literally the only plugin I use, you know. But in After Effects, it's like Deep Glow and
that's true.
Cryptomat and blah blah blah, all these other ones, you know.
Yeah, I think I use Real Smart Motion Blur in After Effects.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it.
No, like nothing. I have nothing to say. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
It's all right. Okay. Favorite app though on your phone? What is your go-to app?
Yeah, I think it was a TikTok actually. I'm like, it was really bad. Like a year ago when I downloaded TikTok, I was like, oh, it's just for fun. But then I was like on TikTok all the time. I was like, I have to stop this. That was weird. That was weird.
It's let me ask you this because I'm curious about this because so like. It's especially like gives you the algorithm is so good, it caters to you well. Do you get a lot of American, people on TikTok, or do you get more localized like European people? Because I'll occasionally get some like Irish or Scottish TikTok, but a lot of the stuff is just American TikTok.
Yeah, I think since I'm in Prague, I've got some like Czech people there, but like when I was back in US, it was like just like US based TikTok or UK. Yeah.
I got a lot of UK because like I like it, like UK humor.
UK humor,
accent, so I get lots of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I found that like if you go somewhere. Like if you go and visit somewhere and you open up your TikTok app, you're going to get like that area specific like suggestions, and if you start liking those, you're going to get more of them.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You are screwed. Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't get any Czech TikTok actually.
Yeah, but like, since I have a Czech number, I've got like more Czech people there, but it's like it's still
I've
fun.
got UK number. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's addictive, but I've really started enjoying it rather than going to Facebook.
Yeah, I
or
know.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I
Facebook
go to.
is just. I'm so done with Facebook.
Yeah.
It's
just
going,
for like my parents, you know.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like,
right.
Yeah.
It's going
My
the way of
parents are there.
MySpace. It's going the way
Yeah.
of MySpace. Just let it slowly die.
Yeah, since the
you know?
election is
Like-
over, like it's just I don't even go to it like at all. I feel like
Yeah.
I mean I go on it, but I'm just like meh, and I close it.
like
My
nothing
entire
is
page is
happening.
just filled with people commenting on the Get NFT, group.
Yeah,
I don't get
which is
I don't
fine
get
with
any
me.
friends because I also have hidden so many people that I'm friends with because
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't care about their opinions, and it's like, okay, you get to see 3 of your friends. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, same. I've got just like people who are like getting married or like have
Yeah.
babies, you know. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, congratulations. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm back on TikTok.
I'm just going to Facebook for Houdini group, basically. To see
So-
what people are making.
all that like what I generally do nowadays, now that the election's over, is if I'm not on the computer or trying to do like a daily or something, I'm either on TikTok or I'm playing video games. So I guess
Yeah.
the question is going to be, first of all, do you play video games? If so, what have you been playing? And not necessarily like Xbox, but it could be your phone or anything. But what games are you into?
I was like addicted, like very long time when I was younger. So I was like, no, I have to stop, like play video games because I was like, I don't want to go to school. I want to just like play video games. And I was like, that's it. That's like, I can go back to this. So I'm not like playing anything because I am like scared that I will be like addicted, basically.
Yeah.
You were playing Pharaoh.
I played Leia. I play like Pharaoh, but it was next level. I was like, I have to go home, like play, and it was weird. So
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to ask, like, what were you playing, you know? Like, were you, like, on... what platform were you on?
it was like it was just like
It was like Age of Empires, but it
yeah.
calls like Pharaoh. Like
Yeah.
building pyramids.
and I had the
like,
pyramids, and I was like God, you know. I was like, yes, I'm like everything, and yeah, it was like weird times for me. So since then, I'm just like done with the games.
That's funny.
But you're playing, right?
Yeah, I try to play occasionally when I have like some time off. So I had that recently, and I've downloaded Slay the Spire, I think. So that's like on PC. It's like you play with cards. It's like a card game,
Oh, cool.
but
Cool.
RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've played the Magic the Gathering card game online before. That's fun. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in VR, we like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
but-
got VR, so we tried something there. I don't know.
Like the boxing.
Yeah, the boxing, and
Cool.
we played Beat Saber.
Yeah,
of
Beat
course.
Saber
Yeah.
is great.
It was
That's
fun.
Yeah,
great.
Beat Saber's great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
saw
the
this
boxing
new
is
game.
crazy.
I saw this new VR game where you've got to like put yourself in a certain position in order to like it's like Beat Saber, where you've got
Oh.
stuff coming at you,
Mhm.
but you have to put yourself in a certain position in order
Oh.
to like squeeze through a thing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we have
so,
to
like,
check it.
you
Yeah.
start learning to dance, as it's going along, which is funny.
Oh, that's cool. What's
Yeah.
that called?
Don't remember. I don't remember. I just saw someone on TikTok playing
give
it
it a
and was
try.
like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So the last one on the list, this is the tough one. This is your
Yeah.
favorite life hack, which Mitch Myers is turn the
Yeah.
toaster on its side for some bomb ass grilled cheese.
I think like post-its for me. I put like my tasks on post-its, and that changed the game for me, like my organization game.
Yeah, organization, I think, for me was like to name like the
files.
working files. I was like, wow, that's actually awesome to just like put the date there and the name, like everything like correctly. So yeah, organization was like the game changer for me.
Yeah, you put like a $sign
in
in Cinema 4D, and it names like the file exactly.
Yeah,
that was the biggest game changer of my life in the world. Yeah,
and just increment
I
saving
need to start
things.
doing that. Yeah,
you know, increment saving things and just is one of the basics. Even if you're not doing like all the information, to me, it's like I never understand why people have final and final version 2 and then the final version 3. It's like if everything is just labeled with a number, then it's always going to be the latest one. You know, even if it's a date thing, you can look at the date on the file. You know, it could be in the name, but it's like as long as it's increment saved, you know that the latest file in the series is going to be the latest version you should use, right? It seems pretty obvious to me, but yeah. Cool. Anything else, or is that all your life hacks?
Anything else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Well, we don't expect you to have more than one. I can barely think of one.
yeah.
So, cool. I think we've gone through all the things. Are we ready to do the drop?
Let's do the drop.
All right. We're going to switch modes here, and we're going to do the drop. Ready? Let's do this.
Let me pull up my intro.
Are you good? You good? You ready? You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right. Here we go.
All right.
All right.
The drop.
Is this the fucking mic drop? This is exactly what I should be doing.
What's up, and welcome to this week's episode of The Drop, your weekly source for all things NFT and crypto art, as well as upcoming drops by notable people in the Mograph industry. Let's jump into it, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's jump into it.
What do we got? Anything? Sorry, I'm pulling up my. I should have had this all up. I need to have this
with
at
the main
same
drops. We can start with the main drops this
week.
week.
Let's start with the main drops. Let me go into the drop list. Here we go. Open up. Thanks to all the new listeners and stuff like that, and all the people who have hit us up on all the socials and not asking for a foundation invite. We really appreciate that a lot. We've had a lot of people. You know, we leave the drop to the end. We leave the NFT talk at the end because we know a lot of people don't like the NFT talk. So we appreciate the people who are sticking around and watching the drop. So for those who have emailed us and said we hate the drop, stop listening. We hit the drop time.
Bye.
So yeah. So I went through and I found a common theme on this week's the big drops with Nifty Gateway. And the big theme was, and I feel like this is going to become commonplace, is that there are a lot of musicians collaborating with artists and doing drops. You know, that is the number one thing that I've seen. And I want to put this out there to all artists who are listening to this. For the first time in our careers, we actually have leverage, right? Because all these artists want to actually do some work with us. They want to do collaborations and stuff like that. And they're coming to us because we are talented and we can create good art. It's always been where, the musicians, like, people are just like, oh, so happy to work with musicians. They'll basically, get paid whatever and work for peanuts. And, a lot of musicians will take advantage of that, or they'll see that as the norm, right? I know too many people in this industry who have gotten hurt by working with a lot of really well-known musicians who we know have plenty of money, and they've worked over hours and worked for little pay and blah, blah, blah. But as artists, as 3D artists, as motion graphics artists, we need to know that we're in a good place right now for people who are wanting to collab.
Right.
So if an artist comes to you, don't accept anything, in my opinion, don't accept anything less than 50-50, especially with big name brands too. We recently had someone reach out to one of our friends and say, hey, we'd love to do an NFT, like a stupid company or whatever, just some big name company. And they're like, we'll give you 10%. It's like, no. Listen, the artists are doing all this stuff, and the NFT stuff is new. If they want to take advantage of it, they've got to pay the artists, Yeah. So Anyway.
Yes.
On that note, I've seen a lot of collaboration between like artists and musicians lately, which is cool. I think if you're going to do it and you're going to do it well, and I think if this is a thing that irks me, is that when I'm going on and looking at Nifty's Twitter and they're announcing all the musicians who are collabing, you go to these musicians' Twitter pages and it's like they're just like, oh, I just let someone use my music. You know, they're not advertising the NFTs or anything like that. It's almost like they're not really into it.
It's not a true collab. It's
not a true collab, and that's annoying to me. I feel like if musicians are going to get into this space and musicians are going to do NFTs and stuff like that, they need to understand that, like, you know, we're not doing it just to collab on music. You know, we don't want to just use your music for our stuff. Let's collaborate on something. Let's actually collaborate.
And I think percentages could be different in that case too, right? Like if somebody wants to quote unquote collab and use something that's already created, okay, maybe the percentages are different. But if someone's working on this piece of music and someone else is working on this piece of art, it certainly does seem like that needs to be a 50-50 collab. Yeah, because you're doing it for the art. You're either a musician is making a piece of music specifically crafted for a beautiful piece of art, or vice versa. Someone's creating the art that's whatever their inspiration is coming from that particular track. You're not just slapping a track on something. So
right. Totally agree. Yeah. Totally agree. So in that space, I skipped a lot of Nifty Gateways drops this week because you know, either they were a musician collabing with an artist and I didn't know who the artist was, or like the musician didn't care about the NFTs. So it's like, why should I care about promoting your NFTs if you're not going to even care about promoting your own NFTs, right? So the notable ones that I found this week, Nifty's been changing the way they do their drops. I think it's because their website sucks and they keep on getting jammed with like people buying stuff. In the past they were, and now not so many people are buying open editions anymore. But today, 7 p.m. March 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern, there's an artist named Super Plastic. They do these super cool vinyl looking toys. I think it's right up EJ's alley. EJ would really like this stuff. You know, a lot of really, really cool, like little, so the vinyl toy type looking stuff, you know? And that's super exciting stuff. I really like that stuff. It was similar to, who was it that did
that woman that does them, right? Oh, EJ's
I don't remember.
Really big in. Okay, you keep going, and I'll see if I can remember.
Yeah. So next one, so that one's 7 p.m. tonight. The next one is tomorrow. This is really interesting. It's Sophia the Robot and Andrea Bonacito, I think are the names. But Sophia the Robot, some of y'all may know
the actual robot, the one that said "kill all humans" or whatever.
Yes, kill all humans, right? I don't know how they're collabing on this. I just thought this was interesting. They're not like Mograph artists or anything like that, but it's like, okay, so now we have a robot making art. All right, cool. I'm down. You know, artist subjective, whatever. Right. You know. And it begs the question: who is actually creating the art? You know, and is it original art? I don't know. It's very interesting. So I just thought I'd do that one. So I'm glad you knew the reference, because I was like, oh, we just referenced the Silicon Valley episode where the dude falls in love with the robot, right? Let's see what else. That was tomorrow on the 23rd. The next day, the 24th, March 24th. I think this one's beautiful. I don't know how you say the name.
Bill Ellis.
Bill Ellis. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bill Ellis. There's a piece in memoriam. There's these beautiful pieces, and it says, in tribute to the memory of everyone who is no longer with us. But like being able to, like, seeing people walk through this actual physical space and seeing this, you know, these 3D models and stuff with like skulls and like rib cages and like all these skeletons and stuff. It's very beautiful. So I'm very excited about that one. That is Wednesday, the 24th. Now, if you're curious about the times, because Nifty Gateway's been doing like afternoon drops and now evening drops and stuff like that, I guess, in order to try and stop their site from crashing. I don't know. Just add more servers, yo. You know, their site is crap sometimes. Anyway, okay. Other than that, here's what's interesting. On the 27th, Jose Delbo, who we've talked about his drops previously at Maker's Place. Right? Yeah, it's very comic booky stuff. But so recently, DC Art, and you know, art is subjective. I don't think these are great, but that's just me. I just wanted to point it out because this brings up a good talking point. You know, Jose did he did some comic book art that he sold on, it was either Nifty or Maker's Place or something. It was these like Wonder Woman art and stuff like that. And recently DC has come out and specifically said, we do not want people selling our intellectual property. You know, like we don't support the selling of NFTs if it's using our intellectual property and stuff like that, which, you know, okay, I get.
Ryan Summers pointed out in our Slack that they were allowing people before, like comic book artists, to sell their original drawings that they did of these comic books. So it kind of feels like, why are you changing your policy now?
Right.
But money,
I think they've seen like the popularity with like Boss Logic and some of these other ones, because recently I don't know if it was Boss Logic or someone else's drop got canceled specifically because there was too much, you know, there was too much worry about legal repercussions of, you know, selling artwork and stuff like that. And that's going to be, I mean,
there's going to be a lot of that.
Here's the thing. Here's my opinion on it, you know, and this goes back to the whole argument with NFTs and stuff like that. What you're selling is not necessarily a piece of art, right? What you're selling is a token which speaks as a certificate of authenticity, right? You're selling the certificate of authenticity. You're not actually selling the art. You're saying that, you know, I created this piece, you know, and now I'm selling you a token that says I created this piece, and I'm selling you the certificate of authenticity saying that I created this piece. So technically, I mean, an NFT is not actually physically selling that piece. You're not selling any copyright to it or anything like that.
You're not selling a copyright. That's true.
Right. You are not actually physically selling that piece to someone. Although I think some people would argue the opposite. But anyway, what you're selling is a token. Where'd I go? Anyway, so I'm interested to see. I mean, I think the IP stuff is going to be, you know, it's going to be, there's going to be one big, it's eventually going to go to the Supreme Court, and then they're going to figure it out from there, you know.
There's going to be, there's going to be that. There's going to be, gosh, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's going to be policy. There's going to be litigation. There's going to be regulation. It's just going to become nightmarish.
Yeah.
The gas prices are going to go up.
Like,
it's just
Dave and I were talking about, you know, like how can you prove that you're not like laundering money through some of these sites or something? You know,
you can't.
You can't prove it. It's like, okay, I'm going to post something for Super Rare. I'm going to list it for $2 million. You know, and then I came out with that $2 million legally because I bought a, you know, then you pay the taxes on it, and like, it's all drug money or something. I don't know. You know?
Well, here's the thing, like where it becomes an issue already right now is like in the US, for example, with gambling, with online gambling.
Yeah.
In all sorts of different areas. These sites will get shut down because not necessarily, like it doesn't mean that the gambling site itself is doing any money laundering, but what happens is people figure out how to use their services to launder money, and then it becomes the burden of the site owner themselves to guarantee that people who use their service are not laundering money. Now, how do you guarantee that? How would you
ever guarantee? It's the same with Amazon selling a box of cereal for $19,000, right? You know, we've seen that before. I don't know.
But that's going to be the issue, right?
That'll be an issue.
What if somebody says somebody is laundering money on Nifty, and it's like, okay, Nifty, your site is down until you can prove.
Right.
It's like, how do you ever prove that? So the regulation is going to be hairy.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So that's on the 27th. Jose Delbo has created his own comic book character, I guess, Bitcoin Man or whatever it's called. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the 28th, Josh Pierce. Josh Pierce just recently did a drop, and I really like Josh Pierce's stuff, but he's collaborating with OG Esports, which to me is weird.
Red Bull?
Right, sponsored by Red Bull. It's like, okay, corporate America is getting on the NFT thing, just like it's like it feels like I don't know. It just feels like
it feels
whatever.
Forced.
You know what?
You're saying it feels forced. I understand.
Here's what I'll say. If Red Bull came to me and said, "Give me $1 million, or I'll give you $1 million to create an NFT," I would say, "Yeah, let's do it." Right?
Yeah.
I will be the biggest hater against people who sell out, but I will be the first person on the list to sell out if they offer it. Right?
What you're saying is you don't have to make it so in your face advertising, right?
Right. Yeah. Plus, and who's to say some of these places are probably doing, maybe they're doing it for charity or something, but if they're just lining it in their own pockets just to get in the game, whatever. Okay. Yeah. So anyway,
as long as it still has some meaning behind it, and it's not just
right.
Yeah.
Right. As long as it's not drink Red Bull, here's an NFT, blah, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Well, that's the thing, right? What collector is going to want to get something with ads all over it? Like,
right. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I get it.
But I like that Josh Pierce's stuff at least looks like Josh Pierce's stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I really hope that all these corporations and stuff who are wanting to get into NFTs are actually giving the artist 100% free reign in order to create something that is originally theirs.
Totally.
And limiting the amount of changes or whatever. Anyway, all right. So that's it for Nifty Gateway. There was a couple on Maker's Place that I thought were really cool. First off, the 24th, which is Wednesday, Corridor Digital Crew and Beeple. They're doing. Yeah. So remember a while ago when Beeple came into their studio and did a daily with him, So I think Beeple came back just recently, and I'll find the link to put in the show notes. He did an interview with them all about talking about NFTs and stuff like that. And I think while this was going on, they decided that they would do a 2-hour render. So all of them teamed up, and some people did different renders and whatever.
They did their own dailies.
They did their own dailies, right? With people and stuff like that. So. This one, this is a drop that's happening. They're doing it for COVID-19 charities. All the proceeds from going to COVID-19 charities, which is awesome. I think it's great that Mike's doing this. He's also doing another drop on Nifty. I think it might have closed like yesterday or today or something. Where he's auctioning off an original piece on Nifty Gateway that's also going to charity, which is fantastic. Any way he can reduce his tax burden is great by me. Right. So, but yeah, so that one is going to be on the 24th, and then on the 25th, Arbin Villa Salu. I don't know. These very satisfying loops and stuff like that. They did a drop on Nifty back in November. It's a lot of the same cool, satisfying stuff.
Very satisfying.
Right?
Yeah.
So satisfying.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
That's about it for the main drops and stuff like that. For community drops, Dave, you got anyone notable from the community drops?
I know community drops. I've got. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I kind of have them out of order here.
That's okay.
Let's see.
I'll give a first shout out. Paul Robinson. I don't know if he mentioned it last week or the week before, but he just released his bot series. It's a 3-part bot series on Rarible. Really cool looking stuff. We mentioned the Awaken one a few weeks ago, but he's released a 3-part on all of them. I think it's fantastic work. So really excited about that one. Go pick that one up today.
Yeah.
Then Dave, you've got a couple
here. We have, yes. First of all, Revelo,
yeah, ravioli.
Ravioli. We call him many different things.
Yes.
He's got his stuff on Foundation, which we had been, chatting with him, and I was like, dude, you've got to get your stuff out there because he does so many dailies. So I really like this crystal bath one, the blue one
too.
that he's got here. This is really good.
Hey, look who invited him up at the top.
Oh, who invited him there?
Oh, yeah. Didn't even have to ask her a Foundation invite.
Look at that. Yeah, I promised him one as soon as I got one, but I haven't gotten one yet. By the way, mine is still up for sale if anybody's interested. Still isn't sold yet. But, so check his out. Then also, Ross had a very successful one last week.
Good.
I want to say Bill Ellis. I think Bill Ellis bought his first one because it was skulls. The Skulleidoscope.
The skull kaleidoscope or whatever. That's so good.
Yeah.
It was such a good piece. I remember watching that and just being like, oh my gosh. See, this is like that to me is what this space is all about. Creating something so cool, that you're just like, oh, I have to own that. Yeah. I want that.
Now this is version 2 right here we're looking at, but yeah.
But still, it's super cool stuff.
The
super
kaleidoscope, like he chopped these up, and like kaleidoscoped them. It looks so cool.
It's so rad.
It's very satisfying to watch.
Very, yeah.
And I'm all out of order here. Who else? I want to make sure we're not skipping anybody. I also have a note. Oh, Jeff Burns.
Yeah, Jeff Burns
got his first one up on Foundation, actually.
Yeah.
So we got that here.
Oh, look who invited him as well.
Did you invite him as well?
I did, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Jeff had bid on one of my first pieces, so I felt not obligated, but I was very excited to give him my first Foundation invite.
Nice.
By supporting me, I wanted to support him too. So I have no more Foundation invites. No one asked me for any. Yeah.
It's like, it's just anybody random who hits you up right now. It's like, hey, it's like, hi.
Oh man, I know.
Wait
ever since we started doing the drop, I get so many messages on Twitter, and I'm just like, all right, when you gonna ask for a Foundation invite? It's like, hey, how's it going? Good. What's up? Oh, nothing. Just, doing my thing. How are you? It's like, dude, I'm sorry.
Here it comes.
Thank y'all for listening to the show, but I don't have time to
don't have any invite.
Have a really long conversation. You really want to know how my day is? Because I'll let you in. I'll let you in. You don't want to open that can of worms.
You don't really want to know that. You just want a Foundation invite.
Right?
Which we don't have anyway.
But we still we have a couple listener drops, people who have actually hit us up and been like, hey, check out my stuff, So
I haven't even had a chance to look at these yet.
Yeah, a couple of listeners just hit us up, and it's great if you are doing a drop. Feel free to send us your stuff, info@mograph.com. We'll check it out. We'll throw it up on the show, give you a shout out. So, there you go. Let's see. First one up, we've got Burton L. Dropped a couple of pieces on OpenSea, and apparently this is in collaboration with Wu-Tang Clan, which is interesting. So I hope you own the copyright to be able to use Wu-Tang Clan. So
is there music? I got everything muted. I'm
assuming
there's music with this. Oh yeah, be careful with that copyright.
So I don't know if you are doing it. More power to you. That's great. So next up we've got Marco Hanholo did a reminiscence of war. I couldn't say that word. Reminiscence of war on Foundation. So that's a piece that they sent over to me. So wanted to give them a shout out. Feel free to hit us up if y'all have any drops that you're making this week. And that's about all I got for the drop.
Yeah.
See, it's a short show this time.
Yeah.
Because the NFT space is dying down a little bit. It's starting to the rush of artists.
Like we said
it's normalizing.
Yeah.
It's becoming like people were finally learning about it, And so once we all learned about it, we needed to get in. There was this big FOMO that all of us were having, and we all wanted to like mint our first pieces and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, now we've all done that. Let's normalize this now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, look who it is.
Oh, it's Dorpy.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Dorpy.
How's it going there?
It's good.
NFTs going okay?
Yeah. Someone bought all 10 of mine for $1 each.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I was
as a dog, it's kind of hard for me to earn the money to justify those gas prices. I hear
Right.
they're through the roof. Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah. So why does anybody have to pay for gas prices anyway when I'm full of
boy.
it?
What? All right.
Yeah, I think it's time for you to go, Dorpy.
Yeah, come on,
you gotta
Dorpy.
get going. You gotta get going. All right,
Bye,
yeah.
Dorpy.
I gotta go take care of my NFT capital gains taxes with my accountant. You know, he's gonna send me a Schedule K9.
Oh, you are so fired, Dave. You're so fired.
All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
you got an invite to Foundation?
Don't, I'm sorry.
All right, see you later.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Give him one.
How long ago did you come up with those jokes when you were running?
No, not when I was running. When I was doing taxes, though.
Gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I will
So-
say, by the way, I will have a link. There's some crypto links that I have in the show notes. You do have to check into how you pay for your taxes when it comes to these pieces of
Yeah.
art, because there's capital gains taxes and things. So make sure you check all that out, depending on your country of.
I mean, if you're going to be able to do the tax, if they're going to tax you, you need to write off all your gas prices too. That's all I'm going to say. So keep track of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I have any other? I think I had some other links here. I wanted to say that that the REF's Clubhouse calls are still going on. Make sure you follow them on Clubhouse if you're on iPhone. We've been trying to record them. Finally got a system down to actually record them legit. Maybe not
Even
legit,
though that's
but,
against terms of service.
Yeah, but a way to record them to where they actually sound decent. So
Right.
been posting the links to that like in the NFT Facebook group. We'll see if we can get like a good system for rolling those out, or people can get them.
Yeah.
I'll link to that in show notes as well. And what else? Joey Camacho did a video for Mike Winkleman
For people.
to
Man, I thought,
congratulate
see,
him.
that's the problem
I
with
told
artists.
you to send
like,
it in, man.
I didn't have, I procrastinated and then I didn't get on it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But
That's all right. I told Mike personally, congratulations.
yeah, well, true. But I did
Yeah.
get to hug my Beeple for the video, you know,
Right,
which was always
right.
that was fun. So I'll post that in the show notes as well. Is that it?
I think that's it.
That's it for the drop.
See, told you, short. Let's do it. Yeah. All right, we're done.
The drop. Drop.
Is this the fucking mic? This is exactly what I should be doing.
All
Sorry,
right.
did I just ruin it by like speaking?
Probably.
Man, I
I'll
love
probably
that
have
you
to go
got the
edit it now.
transitions and everything down. That's great, dude.
Yeah,
That's great.
it's all
Makes editing easy.
yeah. So
Well,
yeah, well, we appreciate you being on the show today and hanging in there for the drop, even though
yeah, totally.
it's like sometimes super awkward if you're not like super into NFTs or
Right.
what's going on with that, you know.
Nice. It was nice to learn.
No, it was really nice
Yeah,
to
it's
actually
good,
like saw this. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Because we don't like follow like anything.
Yeah, I saw my friends. They are
Yeah.
like selling something online, and it's like it's great. Like
Yeah.
good for them. I'm excited. Like I love what they are like doing, and I love digital art. It's great.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really nice. Like
It's a nice era.
way to
Yeah.
do something like for yourself and make some money out of it.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Totally.
excited that this is all normalizing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm excited for people to be able to like just add this as another thing, that another way for them to make money.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
like posting it on their site and saying, this is the work I worked on. Here are also my NFTs for sale.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be great.
Mhm.
Of course.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Well, if people want to check you out online, where can they find you on like the web and social media?
So Maxim Kroft and Johana Kroft.
Johana Kroft.
They're on Instagram most of the time.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Yeah. As well.
Do you put your so do you put your separate stuff up and then you put your stuff combined on Idea Maker account? Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
a
we
lot
just
of stuff are together.
Yeah, it's like collaboration.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Cool. Well, I'll link to all that in the show notes for everybody as well, and then ideamaker.com. Check out all the cool art there.
Cool.
Thank y'all so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. It was awesome. Thank you so much. Great.
Cool. Well, we're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review on your podcatcher app of choice. Helps get our ratings up. You can also subscribe. And subscribe to our newsletter as well. It goes out about once a month. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb classic Feel the Bad 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. The Render Things t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve tee. That Render is Fire shirt, which you're only allowed to wear, ironically, unless you're shams.
Yep.
And then lastly, the Mograph Blandishment shirt, which, I'm not wearing. I thought I was going to wear it today.
No.
I guess I picked up the wrong shirt. But, yeah, that's about it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, mograph.com, all the stuff and things. So check us out there. Come say hi. And, again, thanks, y'all, for being on the show.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Till next time, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Maxim.
I'm Johana.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Dave, did you see that NFT TikTok I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. So it's a TikTok.